All the action on and off the field. Catch up with all your favorite sporting action live on Sports Hub every Mondays and Wednesdays, 7:30 p.m. and on Saturdays at 2 p.m. right here on High Impact 102.1 FM. The stakes are high. The competition is huge.
Chelsea are getting closer.
The prize of victory and no matter the teams we stand with, everyone believes the season is our season. Catch all the footballing action from the leagues in the world live on Sports Hub.
Absolutely glorious from Arsenal Palace.
Mondays and Wednesdays, 7:30 p.m. and on Saturdays at 2 p.m. on High Impact 102.1 FM. Fasten your seatbelt for the most exciting 30 minutes journey into the world of sports, starting now.
Welcome, wherever you are,
on Sports Hub.
Good evening to you this evening, and welcome to Sports Hub on Impact Radio 102.1 FM. So we get to tell you about everything that's happening in the ever exciting world of sports, taking you to the nitty-gritty of all the major stories making the rounds today. Today, the 27th day in the month of September, year 2023. It's Wednesday, people, and it's an honor to be bringing this to you today. I tell you, ever exciting world of sports, you can't but mention that every now and then. Ayode Jajibo is my name, and I'll be your host on the show this evening. Let's go straight into the headlines. I'm telling you about things that are happening on the major dailies this evening. First off, it's no news. MPFL returns this weekend after all of the, Iggy Aga, after all of the Ula Balu. We'll be seeing football return to the scene in Nigeria, about the Nigerian Premier Football League. And on the continental scene, heartbreak for Nigeria as AFCON 2027 bid slips away to East African rivals. Now talking CAF, AFCON qualifiers, guys. Nigeria no playoff opponent after Liberia and Cape Verde serve 5-goal thriller in Monrovia. And on the foreign scene, something distasteful is happening out there in Italy. Amen. Napoli did commit a blunder. Let's just call it a blunder from Napoli, like it's an unforeseen circumstance for them. But yes, a video was being posted of Nigerian star boy talking about Victor Osimhen, Ijaya Olososo himself. Well, trust Nigerians here, they're giving them back to back, fire for fire. He would not have done that. Anyone actually told him before now. And also on the transfer scene, we hearing that the likes of Wilfred Ndidi is on the radar of Barca. Barcelona looking around for him, and hopefully that's going to be happening in January. Same with Terence Murphy as well. A couple of Premier League clubs are looking around Terence Murphy, one team out of OG Senense. And yes, all of these and many more we'll be taking a look at in the course of the show this evening. You know what to do right now. Sit back, relax, and enjoy this ride with us. So get your favorite coffee, might be tea, might be water, guys, and enjoy this one. Sports Hub on Impact Radio 102.1 FM.
This is Sports Hub on High Impact 102.1 FM.
And without further ado, let's go straight into it. On the show with me this evening, I'm being joined by Uche. Uche, welcome to the show.
Well, thank you. It's good to be right here on Sports Hub.
and we can't wait to get down into the sporting activities of today.
And also, Tamilore is joining us on the show this evening. Welcome, Tamilore.
Yeah, good evening to all my sport lovers out there. Good to meet you, Tamilore, and I hope you get your tea and coffee ready to go this.
I mean, it's going to be an exciting ride, yeah.
Right.
Let's get straight into it, guys. I'll be starting with the National Youth Games. Team Anambra, Team Edo, all of these teams have continued in their fine form, winning goals left, right, and center. Team Anambra athletes participated in 7 National Youth Games NYD Nasaba Delta. Yesterday won 5 medals to register their names on the medals table at the ongoing sports fiesta. The team won 2 gold medals through Chubuike Moraye in Taekwondo in the Promate event. Single white Chibuike Moraye and Ogechi Elechi combined to win the team event. Anambra also finished second in the female rugby to pick up a silver medal, while Etel Jimo won the second silver in the gymnastic vault event. Team Edo said that the state team was capable of winning more gold as the competition entered its advanced stage. And yes, Team Edo has continued to harvest more medals at the ongoing National Youth Games in Asaba Delta State. And now the feat has brought to 10 medals, the total number of medals they've won as at yesterday. Wabozo Joy of Edo in the single Scrabble female category overcame all opposition to pick the gold medal. And yet the track and field event just started today. And in the track and field event, the duo of Ogumeni Success and Anita Omarama Itonwa representing Edo in the female category have qualified for the semi-final in the 100-meter female race, while Onosetele Oforo qualified for the semi-finals in the male category. And yes, let's talk football a little bit. And they'll be starting from the home front. Nigerian Super Falcons are scheduled to face off Cape Verde in the second round of the qualifiers for 2024 Women African Cup of Nations. And yes, this exciting matchup comes out on Cape Verde's thrilling victory over Liberia, earning them the privilege of locking on to the African powerhouse. Cape Verde path to this crucial encounter was paved with a convincing 6-2 aggregate win victory over Liberia in the first round of qualifying playoffs. And as Super Falcons on the other hand found themselves with an early pass to the second round. Don't forget that the circumstance arose due to Sao Tome and Principe withdrawal from the first leg, resulting in a walkover for Nigeria. I mean, in stark contrast, Nigeria and Cape Verde will clash in December, vying for the coveted place in the 2024 Women's African Cup of Nations to be hosted by Morocco. We'll be wishing the Super Falcons all the very best, yeah? And don't forget that Cape Verde are ranked 133 in the world, and they stand as a minor to the international women's, talking about the Super Falcons of Nigeria. Away from that, talking football on the home front this evening, guys. The Confederation of African Football has awarded the hosting right of the 2027 African Cup of Nations AFCON to Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. Decision to award the right to the 3 countries as co-host was taken in Cairo, Egypt this morning, and following the decision by CAF, Nigeria and Benin Republic, who presented a joint bid, have now missed out, and none of Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania have ever hosted the African Cup of Nations before. Nigeria hosted the competition in 1980 and emerged champions after defeating Algeria 3-0 in the final. And yes, 20 years later, Nigeria co-hosted the 2000 edition with Ghana and went all the way to the final and lost to Cameroon on penalties. Early this morning, the CAF Executive Council members awarded the 2025 AFCON edition to Morocco, and this will be the second time Morocco will be named as the host of AFCON after doing so in 1988. Meanwhile, the 2023 AFCON will take place in Cote d'Ivoire in 2024, talking about next year. The first time Cote d'Ivoire got the hosting right was in 1984. Let's talk about the CAF hosting right, guys. I mean, everyone felt it was going to come to Nigeria and Benin Republic, but I mean, I was super excited, and then I feel like we had someone at the top, talking about Oga at the top. You know what I'm talking about, right? Amaju Melvin Pinnick. We felt it was going to do the, because it was about lobbying, yeah, at this particular stage, but then everything did not actually go the way Nigerians were thinking. I mean, what's your take on this particular one? The East Africans hosting it, and I tell you, they are super elated about this one.
Well, when you said everyone was expecting Nigeria to take it, well, I'm not part of everyone. I'll have to be honest, because I see the AFCON as our glory, it's our World Cup, it's our biggest sports competition. The AFCON is an amazing competition, I always look forward to an amazing competition, an amazing game of football. And I don't really think we're ready yet. Because let's look at the officiating first and foremost. We saw what's happening we didn't even get to be part of, our referees didn't get to be part of the officiating in the next AFCON. So imagine if we're hosting the AFCON, will we have referees in our own AFCON? Might not even be possible. I think the Nigerian Football Federation, look at our league. Look at what's happening with our league. I
We
don't
are
think
going to start the league this weekend.
yeah, this weekend after the whole back and forth.
Yeah, we'll
and
be taking
all.
a preview of that one too.
Yeah, after the whole back and forth and all. So I think it was good for East Africa. We've never seen the African Cup of Nations in East Africa before.
Now,
so
yeah.
I think it's a good opportunity, not only for our football, not only for East Africa, but for the fans. You know, football, it's more like tourism to one way or the other. It gives the fans the opportunity to explore other countries, other parts of Africa and all. I think it's a good one for Africa. I think it's a good one for East Africa. And I'm not surprised Nigeria didn't get
And then
it.
I thought you are not the only one who's happy about this one. Because yes, the East African leaders today held the awarding of the 2027 African Cup of Nations to a joint bid by Kenya, Tanzania, and Uganda. And yeah, I tell you, the first time the premier sports event is in the continent will be staged by 3 countries after Ghana and Nigeria in 2000, and Equatorial Guinea and Gabon in 2012 co-hosted previous editions. And yes, don't forget that the trio actually won, also involving Botswana, Egypt, and Senegal, after favourite Algeria withdrew on the eve of the vote, saying they had a new strategy for developing football. It's a good one for them, yeah. And then everyone is talking tough about that one. We'll see how it's going to pan out for them, and then hopefully they are going to defend this one with everything they've got. I'm still talking CAF, guys. I'll be talking about Bendel Insurance. So Bendel Insurance Football Club of Benin this afternoon arrived in Casablanca, the capital city of Morocco, ahead of their second leg battle with Renaissance the Sportif Barcade in the second preliminary round of the 2023-2024 CAF Confederations Cup. And yes, the crucial CAF engagement is scheduled to hold on Friday, September 29 in Barkene. Don't forget that insurance team flew into Arab City, which touched down at the Mohammed V International Airport this afternoon. But then it feels like the Bendel Insurance guys, they are going to be missing a lot of guys. Don't forget that just this week, I think that should be on Monday precisely, their prolific goal scorer, talking about Imadi Osarenkoe, departed the team. I mean, unannounced, not as though it was unannounced, but no one actually saw this coming because he just left like that. I mean, we are just looking forward to the league starting this weekend, and a very, very important part of the squad is leaving them. Don't forget that the last time they played against this RS back in Benin City, it was the same person that scored the goal for them. It was on the score sheet for them. I mean, we should talk about how bad they are going to miss this particular player and how well they are going to go into this particular tournament, knowing that one of the important figures in their squad is no longer there.
Well, honestly, it's a really, really sad one if you ask me. But basically, I can't really be angry with the young man because hey, everyone is looking for greener pastures at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And this also goes to show how bad our league is. Honestly, if it was up to the standard which every player wants to play with, I don't think he would have just left that properly, and just leave at this time where they are in the CAF Confederation Cup. Yeah. They are ready to go into the new Premier League week and all. It's weird, but it's because of how bad the league is. It's because of how bad our system is. He had to leave. But hey, good luck to him in his endeavors and all. But back to Bendel Insurance. I think. Well, no one wanted them to draw the game when they played in Benin.
Yeah,
City,
they were 2 goals up.
It was a huge loss for me. That was you dropping 2 points at home. You know, basically in a game where you're going to away, and definitely they're going to play
this RS Bakeni side are serial winners. They are one of the things that are well respected when it comes to CAF Confederation Cup. Definitely, they are the ones that are holding the tournament right now.
And you're playing on their home
the last year's edition. They won at Uyo, the Nest of Champions in Uyo. They played against another Moroccan side, Wydad Casablanca.
Yeah, and I just feel this one for Bendel Insurance, it's going to be a surprise if they come out.
Can they surprise us?
Well, it's going to be a huge surprise, a huge one if they come out on top. But I don't see that happening.
I think all we've got to do now is let's see what's going to happen on Saturday, and hopefully we can have their media officer. That's going to be after all of these games have been rounded up. Let's see if they actually proceed to the next stage, and then we can talk about having that media officer join us on the show. I mean, let's just talk about this team because it feels like, for me, it feels like a heartbreak for them because no one would have thought. Deputy Echija left them, he went to Rivers United, and their goalkeeper as well left them, and now one of their most important players, talking about Imadi Osarenkoe, because he's been scoring goals left, right, and center for them from last season up until now. If from that, let's go to Europe right about now. And yes, we're starting with this not too good story here. Because yes, it's on everyone's lips. And this actually popped earlier yesterday. They posted the video on Sunday. And it didn't go down with so many Nigerians. People are asking, is this how you repay faith? Is this how you pay him back? This is so distasteful. This is, I don't know. There are no right words for this. Because, man. So we all know that Victor Osimhen lost the penalty on Sunday, in their game against Bologna. And then the team media officer went on TikTok and posted a video. He posted one where he lost that penalty, and then he posted another one. He posted 2 videos. The second one, they tagged him. The description was there, coconut. How do you pay back a player who actually, this actually started from last season. Because at first, they were trying to, shade him and not crown him the king of Serie A.
With the Quara crowning and all.
That name, I don't even want to pronounce that name because it's, it's jaw breaking right now.
Honestly.
They can also, it's not good to pay evil back with evil, but what they are doing right now is uncalled for.
Well, basically, when they started last season, we all saw the signs written everywhere because everyone expected Osimhen to be crowned king of Naples. Yeah, we were all expecting it. But it first started with Serie A crowning. I think the official on X crowning Quara as the king of Naples first and all. Everybody was like, oh, okay, we saw the guy. He did so well too. He created assists and all. Nobody was putting too much, but we saw the signs. But when this video, but when we saw this video, it was like, oh, now they're not hiding it anymore. They are being bold enough to come out. And it's simple. I don't think it's something we need to banter long. I don't think it's something Osimhen needs to worry himself about way too long. It's just simple. Play your football. It shows it's the right time for you to leave. The general transfer window is coming. The English Premier League is waiting. Honestly speaking, Osimhen is a striker with so much potential.
This guy actually replayed this team with the old lot. Because remember, at a point in time, there was this offer from the Saudi Pro League.
Definitely.
This mouth-watering offer.
Yes.
And then if it were to be that he does not have this team at heart,
he would have
actually left.
Yes, definitely. That's something that he should have done. That's what people would have thought. But he said, hey, I need to play in Europe. I need to play in top football. I need to continue doing what I know how to do best. And they feel, hey, we can mock him. He's not good enough. He's black. He's that, blah, blah, blah. Who knows? Who cares? I just feel, hey, general transfer window. If Osimhen really, really wants to, come out and play the best of football, I think it's time for him to leave there. I don't think he can meet up to his potential playing for Napoli. I don't think so.
We saw the video this evening here of him walking into the team's hotel, and then he actually snubbed a couple of team officers, and then that is to tell you this is not the usual Osimhen, because the usual Osimhen we all know right from time.
He plays with everyone,
Is this lively person? Is this very, very alive person? Tamilore, this has been making the rounds since yesterday as well.
Well, to me, the bottom line of everything is still racism, because statistically, I don't know why it's being ignored, but Italians are the worst when it comes to racism. It's not even Spain or English people. Italians are the worst, and we have seen the signs since last season. Osimhen saw the signs, but he decided to ignore it because of passion. Because of that jaw-breaking amount that the Saudis were offering was beautiful.
So if you're the one who have been tempted to just
yes, because to me, it's the same thing Balotelli faced when he was also at Inter Milan.
Romelu Lukaku is always talking about this thing.
Yes,
he's always talking about it.
Everybody was expecting Osimhen to move because of, we all knew that everybody was expecting, because of no matter how bad of a player you are, I don't think a club has that right to throw you. Maguire is bad for crying out loud, but you cannot see Tehan Goma you posting a video about how bad Maguire
even Jadon Sancho.
Yes.
A player is refusing to apologize to his. Imagine it was Osimhen who is doing this kind of thing.
But you can never see on Man United page that Jadon Sancho is ignoring
that was bad. That was that was cruel from the team. I tell you. Away from Osimhen's talk, let's talk about Chelsea captain Reece James. And then he's been charged by the Football Association for an alleged incident in the tournament after their 1-0 defeat by Aston Villa. England defender James 23 did not feature in the game because of injury, but the FA are alleging that the defender used improper or insulting or abusive words or behaviors towards a match official in the tournament after the game. And then he is now having until 29 September to respond to this particular charge. It's not a good one coming from Reece James, right? But I feel like the moment Mauricio Pochettino made this guy the team's captain, I feel like all things are actually not going well with that thing. Because this player particularly is an injury-prone player here.
Well,
he hardly plays 3 straight games without getting injured.
Well, Reece James. I don't think this is good for Chelsea, but I've always been someone who has a soft spot for Reece James because he's a talented right back. I think one of the most talented right back, in the English Premier League. But it's just been unfortunate that injury is not letting him shine.
Yeah,
well,
players like that.
Yeah, but when it comes to what happened in the tunnel, well, I think this has to do with passion. This has to do with emotions.
Yeah.
And I don't really want to, because he has not come out to make a statement for us to hear his own side of the story and all. And I just want to give him the benefit of the doubt that probably he was just being too passionate or something. I don't want to see him as that kind of player who has no regards for officials or for the teammates and all. But I really, really hope
he likes his job so much.
Yeah, I really, really hope he's not that kind of player, because he has a bright future ahead of him. And if he's that kind of player, he's definitely going to have a dent on his future.
And yes, away from that, it's from one English player to another this evening, guys. And yes, talking about Jadon Sancho. And so Manchester United are confident their treatment of Jadon Sancho is justified despite rules against making players train in isolation. Sancho has been exiled from training with the squad following his public bust-up with manager Erik ten Hag, and he has also been banished from the first team dressing rooms and canteen, forcing the England winger to eat alone at United's Carrington training ground. And under FIFA's regulation, asking a player to train on their own may result in the club being found to have engaged in abusive conduct. The Professional Footballers Association are aware there are UK employment law arguments to suggest the treatment is not lawful. I mean, to a layman, is this not the right time for Jadon Sancho to just come out and just apologize to his manager and then feel like, I mean, this thing I've done is actually wrong here. Let me just own up to it. Because, I mean, just this weekend, this same Osimhen, after losing that penalty, apologized to his manager, talking about Garcia. He apologized to his teammates as well.
Well, honestly, I think I'll want Emilo's opinion on this first, because he's a Man U fan. Say something before I say something. Let me hear you, man. Say something.
Okay, so in my own opinion, Jadon Sancho should just apologize, because it's not going to add anything, or it's not going to subtract anything for me if you just say, I am sorry, coach. Because of Ten Hag is a very, very disciplined person, and I don't think there's anything that will happen if Jadon Sancho does not take that bold step up, because of one of them just has to step up to make that apology. Even though they find the rules and regulation against Ten Hag and the club for banishing him from eating in the first teams and all, I feel that Sancho should just take the bold step. He was wrong. He should just apologize.
And Sancho, according to reports here, this is not just something he's just starting now. It's not a new trait for him. While he was at Borussia Dortmund, it is being said that he's always having this trait, and the same thing they reported he's always doing whenever he's being laid out of the team is what he's doing now. Guess what? Playing video games, playing console.
Well, the thing is, we have. Are we going to say probably a bit of youthful exuberance and all? But let's look at it this way. I want to look from the human point of view, from the human angle now and all. When Ten Hag came out to talk about maybe putting the blame on Sancho and all, we saw this Ten Hag statement, and Sancho was like, hey, why are you making me a scapegoat?
Don't crucify me.
Yeah, do not crucify me. We all understand these things, we all understand, yes, this is the gaffer of the club, you have to follow the rules and regulation, but sometimes when you're picked out among the bunch and you're made to be like the sacrificial lamb. Sometimes it's really, really painful. He's human too. And he came out. Yes, he was not supposed to come out to post all that, because now you're just trying to go head on against your coach,
your manager,
which is wrong. Yes, no doubt about it. He could have simply said, hey, there's talk to his manager or something and all. But that is how he chose to express himself. Do you get my point? That's how he chose to express. I for one feel there's this thing with Ten Hag whereby he's not being able to actually manage his players properly. We saw this almost the same thing with Ronaldo. There's a particular way with how you manage players. In as much as, yes, they are in your squad, they need to obey you, they follow your rules and regulation. but these players are big one way or the other. Ego will always clash.
So now you feel like the major problem Erik ten Hag is having at Manchester United now is man management.
I think Ten Hag has a poor man management. I just don't see him as
Samuel, do you agree with
as that coach.
Nah,
as a United fan,
I strongly disagree.
This is Manchester United. This is arguably the biggest club in England. It is not easy for you to come fill that shoe, and there's this pride always happening, and there's this feeling like he always choose some particular sets of people to pick as scapegoats, and maybe he doesn't talk about other sets of people. We've seen Rashford do so many things in this Man U team, and there's nothing being spoken about that.
Okay.
We've seen other players who maybe do not step up in games. We've not seen Ten Hag saying nothing about that.
I mean, before anything, I feel like this manager here has actually tried to be in support of Danny Sanko over time.
Yeah,
But don't forget that on a couple of occasions, he's allowed them go. I mean, just go do your thing, come back into the fold. He's giving him about, was it 2 months or 3 months break he gave to him last season? 3 months, because he said he had, all of this mental issues.
Allowed him to travel to Netherlands to train with personal coaches.
Just go enjoy yourself.
Well, for some people you might think that is good, but I for one still think it still has to do with man management. But what if that was not a good decision which he made?
I mean, this is not something of a new thing for this particular player.
Yes, we know that.
Because it feels like something that is being repetitive. And if it were to be like, okay, he does not have this particular issue here, he should have actually gone back to Borussia Dortmund this summer.
Well,
but Borussia Dortmund are stalling on signing him again because I feel like they know, how bad his character and his traits can be.
Yes, in terms of attitude, I do understand all that. Players could have egos and have attitude problems, but I still stand on my ground that Ten Hag really is not a good man manager. Well, I really think no, we are not in there with these people, but there's this vibe about Ten Hag which tells me that there's really not good man management in that team. Manchester United is bigger than this. They are bigger than how they play. They are bigger than how they are performing now. And I really think Manchester United is bigger than Ten Hag.
Wow, just wow.
It's just my opinion.
Just wow.
But funny enough, if it was Jose Mourinho that was coaching Man United, I don't think all these club issues will be coming up. It might happen, but I think Ten Hag is actually taking the right step by separating him, because of by the time Jadon Sancho is still with the first team, before you know it, will start like meeting from one person to one person to one person, and suddenly there will be just that pack of wolves that are going against Ten Hag, that kind of situation. So I still feel that yes.
But I'm not sure that's going to happen, because some of his, or some of his friends are already telling him to, guy, just apologize, just let this thing slide.
Well, I think if he really wants his career back, it's the proper thing to do. Apologize. There's no big deal in that.
Let's see what's going to happen. Possibly come January, you'll just be heading over to Saudi. I mean, that's just the...
Well, go make money, man.
I mean, just before we leave on the show this evening, let's take a rundown of the EFL Cup matches that we played last night. I mean, a couple of upsets here. That's what you expect from a typical cup game. Because, Exeter City, a League One team, actually, knocked out a Premier League team. Well, the Premier League team to their new boys here. I'm talking about Luton Town. Exeter City defeated Luton Town 1-0, and another upset, Ipswich Town. Ipswich Town, guys, defeated Wolverhampton Wanderers. 3-2 that one ended. And one of the big games last night, Burnley won 4-0 to Salford City, and Manchester United defeated Crystal Palace 3-0. And don't forget that Manchester United Crystal Palace will be playing again this weekend. This is more like, let's just see how it's going to be.
A return match, Well, that was a huge victory for Manchester United in the EFL Cup. Honestly speaking, that was like a statement victory, and I really hope, for the sake of good football, for the sake of Premier League football, that Manchester United will come back to
just keep up this form.
to keep up the form. Honestly, we can't wait for good football to be played.
Okay. I know you're a Man United fan, Tamilore, and there's nothing else you will do. You always want to talk in support of your team. But then let's come from an analyst point of view now.
Yes. Okay. To me, I'm very much not impressed about Man United's play yesterday.
Wow. After winning 3-0?
Yes, because when you look at our statistics against Crystal Palace, so I've defeated them 3 years straight, back to back.
Okay.
I don't think we have lost to Crystal Palace over the past 4 to 5 years.
Okay.
So beating them 3-0,
it's nothing to celebrate.
To celebrate about.
Okay. It's just for you guys to go back to the drawing board now.
Yes, keep up the tempo, because of Okay, yes, they actually played a very good possession.
I mean,
game.
they came in and then they actually wanted to score. I mean, you should thank your stars for Eberechi Eze last night. You would have actually got on the score sheet.
Exactly.
Honestly,
what
but
I was saying.
I don't really think it's surprising that the Man U fan is saying they were not impressed with Man U's game yesterday. I think that's one of the best football Manchester United has played this season so far.
Yeah.
Honestly speaking, in terms of possession, in terms of everything they did on the field of play, that yes, I get your point. Manchester United is Manchester United, but hey,
and they will always be.
You people stop living in the bubble of the past. Come in time with what's happening now. That was a beautiful football from Manchester United. Last night.
I mean, let's go to Spanish La Liga, guys. Last night, Sevilla defeated Almeria 5-1. Not a good run for Barcelona fans. Mallorca, Barcelona, 2-2 that one ended. So it was Mallorca that first scored, and then everywhere just, scatter like that. In the German Cup, guys, Bayern Munich won 4-0 to Pyeongchang Moonstar. And Italian Serie A, it was a 1-0 winner over Leeds. In the French Ligue 1, Lille won, Reims 2. And yes, 9 games have been played right now in the English Football League. Talking about the EFL, Aston Villa playing against Everton, Blackburn Rovers, Cardiff City, AFC Bournemouth, Stoke City, Brentford, Arsenal, Chelsea, Brighton, and Hove Albion. All of these games have started about 15 minutes ago now. Fulham playing Norwich City, Lincoln City, West Ham. And I tell you, there's an upset somewhere already. Upset somewhere. There's an upset somewhere, guys. And you want to know what it is?
Upset, man.
Upset somewhere. And yes, Leicester City are presently, this is 18 minutes play. Leicester City Liverpool 1-0. I mean, how is this going to end? This is a championship team. Let's not forget that Leicester in the championship.
Let's not forget, this is the EFL trophy. And we need to also notice that, yes, it's sometimes these big clubs
can be dicey.
Yeah, they can decide, hey, are we going to put so much investment into the EFL trophy? Are we going to rest our players? Are we going to do this? Are we going to do that? So, hey, Leicester City playing fine football at this point. Yes, Don't forget they just got relegated. They still got most of their top players still active in the likes of Iheanacho, Jamie Vardy, Wilfred Ndidi.
It's been tough for them, yeah.
So I think this is going to be a match that is going to be on equal standard, like a 50-50 match, not something that will be too much of.
But then talking about lineup here, because going into this game, we can see right now that Liverpool actually came out with all of their firepower, bro. Well, we are seeing the likes of Jones, Gravenberch on there, Tsimikas is there, Endo is there, the Japanese guy, Diego Jota is there. I mean, Godi Capo is there as well.
Is that all their firepower?
I mean, what more can you talk about a certain Liverpool side? Okay, let's say the likes of, Dominic Szoboszlai is not there, Alexis McAllister is not there. Who again? Nunes, Dijk, Luis Diaz.
These are their top players who are on the bench. When was the last time we saw Gakpo start? When was the last time we saw Jota start the game? When was the last time we saw those players start? Endo. When was the last time they started? These are obviously players that are from the bench. They are backup players. So definitely you don't expect them to be all that.
Okay, I know particularly you'll be happy about this present one. And you're talking about Arsenal, Brentford. I mean, Arsenal currently leading Brentford 1-0. Is this out? Do you feel like this one is going to just end like this?
Well, I don't think so. I think if Arsenal gets to win Brentford like clearly without any hassle, without any issue, it's going to be. That means they've played so
more like a redemption from what happened over the weekend.
Yeah, but I think Brentford should be coming out big time. I think they should be using all of their stars because hey, you're playing against Arsenal. It's an EFL trophy, and Arsenal might not be using everybody, but you need the game more than Arsenal do. So hey, they should.
Manchester City, Newcastle United.
Well, that's the biggest game of the night. I don't see Man City coming out with the big boys, but I think it's going to be a cracker. I think it's going to be a game that we might get to see a surprise, and I think Newcastle might have this one tonight.
Yeah, don't forget that in the English Premier League, Manchester City were only able to defeat them 1-0 earlier this season. And then that was, a hell of a match for Manchester City. No one would have actually expected that it was just going to be 1-0 for them. And here's another match. It's Chelsea, Brighton, and Hove Albion.
Oh, Chelsea. Honestly, Chelsea. I don't know what's happening.
17 minutes played, and then it feels like Brighton are actually having this one.
I don't know what's happening with Chelsea, but if I was Brighton, I don't see them winning the Premier League. I don't see them winning the FA Cup. Probably they might get to fight to retain top spots in Europe, but if they really want to make a statement, they need to win a trophy. and I think they should go for the EFL trophy.
I mean, Tamilore, do you see Chelsea actually coming out on top of this one?
Impossible.
Why?
No, he said impossible.
You seem to
There's
be an
nothing
anti-Chelsea,
impossible
bro.
in the world of football, man.
You seem
There's
to be an
nothing
anti-Chelsea.
impossible.
No, I'm not actually an anti-Chelsea fan.
Okay.
But when you look at this Brighton of a team,
Yeah.
Brighton is this team that nobody talks about, but when they catch you,
Baba said when they
You said that
catch
when
you.
You said that when they catch
Honestly,
you, guy.
when they do catch you, man, when they do catch you, and when they are in their element, they are just a beautiful team. That's why I really want them to use their stars. I really think if they win a trophy this season, it will go a long way to tell what Zedri has done for the team, and it will be a huge achievement for him.
I mean, people are actually rating this Roberto De Zerbi football now, and some people are liking him to be, some kind of Brazilian style of football. Like,
I think he has a future to be a top coach really soon. Maybe the likes of Chelsea, the likes of Manchester United.
don't see Chelsea.
Oh, you can't don't say Chelsea, man. I think if Pochettino doesn't really work out for Chelsea, and we get to see the board maybe say letting go of Pochettino maybe in future, what stops Roberto getting the job? I don't think
a typical Chelsea can actually go for any manager.
Definitely.
That's Chelsea for you.
But don't count him down. I don't think he's just any manager. I think he has proven with Brighton is that manager that can play modern football.
I mean, we've seen other managers who have actually proven themselves with a couple of below the
like
level
the former
team.
Brighton
like
coach
the
who
former
came to
guy
Chelsea,
who came to Chelsea, and then he was not able to actually bring in that. Talking about Graham Potter, he was not able to to replicate that form, because at the time when he was at Brighton and Hove Albion, everybody was always talking about Brighton and Hove Albion, like, this team are a hard nut to crack, because when they come for you big time.
But we shouldn't forget, when they come for, yes, they were always a hard nut to crack, but if you check their game, it was always, yes, they were good defensively, they could handle the team, and yes, if they score one goal, they could hold back and make sure they win the game. But with this new Brighton, they come out and play the game as much as the big teams come out to play the game. You see them play player for player. They are there attacking you as much as you want to attack them. They are
more like they don't give you that respect.
There's no respect for you.
This is the game of football.
So it shows something different about their coach. It shows something special, something extra about him. I think if you hand him a better team with more standard players, he's going to go a very, very, very long way.
Okay, I mean, Tamilore, your last word on the show tonight.
Well, I strongly agree with Uche about that one, because of there's this way that the style of play with average players is way different from when you're playing. It's just like when you're managing a team like Newcastle, for instance, and when you're managing a team like Man City. You can't get the same results, definitely, because of I feel that there's this certain way that average players are actually in sync when they're playing. Even without a good manager, average players are very much in sync when they are playing. But if you don't get a good manager for top teams like Newcastle, for Man U, Man City, Liverpool, Arsenal, I don't think you get the same outcome. So,
okay, talking about not getting the same outcome, let's just hope everything is going to go well for Napoli versus Udinese later tonight, because presently 24 minutes played, they are leading that one 1-0. And there's Real Madrid have actually won 2-0 this evening against La Palmas, and yes, they are actually cementing their place over the top of the La Liga. And then in the Dutch Eredivisie, finally this game has been completed. I have to say finally.
It's really finally. not to forget, in as much as yes, it happened on Sunday and all, but that was a really, really distasteful taste.
It's not supposed to happen. We are not supposed to still experience that kind of thing.
Honestly, the Ajax fans were shameful. They were disgraceful, and I think there should be a ban on them for a very, very long time. At least 5 home games, at least, because that was distasteful.
Well, I feel like Real Madrid still have a lot of work to do, because right now they only sit second above Barcelona, and yes, guess who's topping La Liga, guys?
Girona, people.
Girona.
Honestly, I didn't
Girona
really
topping La Liga with 19 points. Real Madrid 18 points after 7 games played, and yes, Barcelona 17 points. I mean, La Liga might just be some kind of interesting league to look out for this season, but then you never can tell. We all know who the
top dogs,
who the big boys are. We all know who the big boys are, so let's not give Girona some kind of
but we have to
there's this particular team who actually did that kind of thing in the French League on last season. I think that should be RC Lens.
Yes,
and then they were on top of the table for this long time, not until Paris Saint-Germain just came from nowhere. Even when we feel like Paris Saint-Germain were now actually on top form, they were still able to still get that league for themselves. Like, man, this is our bet, right?
Usual.
You can't take this away from us anytime, any day, guys. And yes, that's how much you can take on the Sports Up Show this evening. Then thanks you for being a part of the show. Big shout out to you all for listening out there. We see we appreciate you. I mean, we never and would not take it for granted. And it's always a pleasure to have Tamilore on the show. Same with Uche, my man. I know you're an Arsenal fan, yeah? But yeah, it's going to make sense. It's going to make sense. Let's just see what's going to happen at the end of the day. Because, yeah, I'm not saying Arsenal defeating that Brentford here. Wow. Yeah, it looks like a hard game for Arsenal. Wow. Yeah, Arsenal. Don't
Well,
it takes a lot to support Arsenal, yeah. You know, it takes a lot.
It takes you knowing how to enjoy good football to support Arsenal. Yes.
Why did I say that? I mean, like the breeding camp Arsenal. I mean, they always call them. There's this name they call them where I come from. Yeah. I don't feel like saying.
Don't say it. Don't say it. We're going to get into a fight.
Guys, we're going back right now. And yes, don't forget that the drop down show still continues. Ayodeji Ajiboye is my name. And yes, catch up with us on Saturdays for the Sports Up Show when it will be returning. 1 hour of banter, 1 hour of rage, 1 hour of views, reviews, and interviews. And yes, Sports in AGF returns tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. to 10 minutes on the flip side of Ted. That's how we do it every weekday because they are always here for you. Impact 102.1 FM. We know they play. We've got to at our guys. Have a nice night, guys. Stay sporty, and once again, do stay safe out there. Please do stay safe. Good night.
Fasten your seatbelt for the most exciting 30 minutes journey into the world of sports starting now.
Welcome, wherever you are,
on Sports Hub.
Put a touch of class and finesse on your brand by advertising with us.